Sterling High School, Channel 19, winner of the National Emmy Award for the Best Live Game Broadcast.
You're watching Sterling High School, Channel 19, serving Hynella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Summerdale, and Stratford.
For the first time since 1971, Sterling is South Jersey champ.
Went on to become the New Jersey Tournament of Champions winner. South Jersey's never won it before. So the Sterling Lady Knights and that string sing. South Jersey is well represented now.
Sterling is going to the championship game.
Looks like he's fouled there. Put up a desperation shot, and there he goes. It's good! It's good!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as I'm very excited to bring you some girls basketball today between your Sterling Lady Knights who sit at 5-5 and then the Paulsboro Red Raiders who sit at 0-7. Sterling Lady Knights 5-5 overall, 3-3 in the division. As we take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings, the Haddon Township Hawks atop of that division, 5-0 in the division and 8-1 overall. And then the Haddonfield Bulldogs are 3-1 in the division, 7-3 overall. Haddon Heights 3-1 in the division, 6-3 overall. The Sterling Silver Knights 3-3 in the division, 5-5 overall. The West Deptford Eagles 2-4, 3-6, and then Woodbury at 0-4 and 1-7. And then taking a look at the Colonial Patriots standings, the Audubon Green Wave, who Sterling lost to earlier this season, is 5-0 in the division, 8-1 overall, a great season so far for the Green Wave. And then the Gloucester Lions sitting at 4-1 in the division, 8-1 overall. And then the Collingswood Panthers at 2-3 in the division, 5-5 overall. The Gateway Gators at 2-4 in the division, 4-4 overall. The Lindenwold Lions 1-5, 1-7. And then the Paulsboro Red Raiders down at the bottom, 0-4 in the division, 0-7 overall. So taking a look at the two teams, comparing both of the teams, Sterling 5-5, obviously Paulsboro 0-7, and then Sterling 4th in the Colonial Liberty, Paulsboro 6th in the Colonial Patriot. Taking a look at the offensive, Sterling averages 31 points per game. Paulsboro, on the other hand, averages 14 points per game. And the defense does a really good job for Sterling, 37 points per game. And then the defense for Paulsboro with a 45 points per game allowance. So taking a look at the leading scorers for Sterling, Lexi Kuhn at 9 points per game, Paris Logan at 8, and then Jordan Frazier at 4 points per game. And then not in the lineup today due to an illness, Maddie Sims, who averages 4 points per game. And then taking a look at the other side here for Paulsboro, Diama Bagby, averages 5 points per game. Desoni Scott averages 5 points per game. Brielle Johns with 4 points per game, and Sanaya Gibson with 3 points per game. So I'm going to step aside, take just a moment, and let the girls introduce themselves.
Madison Sims, Junior, forward, Stratford.
Lexi Kuhn, Junior, guard, Stratford.
Michaela Carr, Senior, guard, Summerdale.
Paris Logan, Senior, forward, Summerdale.
Amber Wilsey, Senior, guard, Stratford.
Molly Hoffaker, freshman, guard, Laurel Springs.
Macy Fox, Senior, guard, Laurel Springs.
Jordan Frazier, Junior, forward, Lindenwold.
Aaliyah Smith, Junior, forward, Magnolia.
Taking a look at the game history since 2007, Sterling leads the series 17-1. Sterling has won the last 16, and Paulsboro's last win came in 2007. So Sterling pretty dominant throughout the years against Paulsboro, but still a couple keys to the game nevertheless from Coach McDonald. Solid team defense, something that they've been trying to accomplish throughout the year, and it's been quite a big problem for them. Offensive and defensive rebounding. I'm going to touch a little bit more on that in just a moment, and then push in transition. They got to start pushing the ball in transition, moving quickly with their feet. So we're going to take a look at the Sterling starters. Still Paris Logan, the senior, who's having a great year this year at 8 points per game. And then Amber Wilsey, the first-year senior starter. Lexi Kuhn, who has 9 points per game. And seems to be a little difference in the lineup today. Freshman Molly Hoffaker, first start on her varsity career, obviously, for the freshman. Number 2 is going to be playing in place of Maddie Sims, who is, again, out with an illness. And then Jordan Frazier at the bottom there, 4 points per game. Has a pretty tough matchup on the other side of the ball, though. Speaking of the other side of the ball, as I just mentioned, we're going to look at the Paulsboro Red Raiders starters. We have Amaris Fry, who's a freshman for them, 8 rebounds per game. That's what I've been trying to mention. So Sterling's definitely going to have a little bit of hard time, trying to rebound the ball between Amaris Fry at the moment. And then Diama Bagby, the sophomore, 5 points per game this year. Dasani Scott, who also has 5 points per game, which is a team tie. And then we have Briasia Johns and then Brielle Johns. So it'll be a very good game between these two teams. We're very happy to have you guys here on Sterling Channel 19. I'm Danny Leakin, joined by Max Zuback and Connor Warrington back on the microphone today. Thank you all for tuning in. Max, how are you feeling about this game today?
Well, I'm feeling like that first point that was made about trying to keep, or I should say third, got it mixed up in my head. The push and transition was a big problem in recent games. They have been very slow to develop the play and has led to opportunities made too late and not being able to get capitalized on. Also, just not being able to get enough open shots and enough open passes for themselves. They need to space themselves out. Another thing, the defense, they have a good concept of a defense. It needs to be fleshed out into something that can stop the three. Obviously, zones just in general don't have the best time beyond the perimeter, but if they can find a way to kind of reach around that, make a loophole there, they can get it going. They can get a nice win against Paulsboro here.
Now, Connor, you've seen this team a couple of times this year, and has definitely had their struggles on both sides of the ball. Offensively, defensively, there's been some problems. What do you think Sterling needs to do today to try and accomplish a dominant win over a struggling Paulsboro team?
Well, Dan, they just got to stick to the basics, stick to what they practice, what they do in practice, and just go out there and perform. It's been a rough year, but their record's not terrible, and it just pays dividends to Coach McDonald and what she's able to do with whatever team she has put in front of her. Less experience on this team, and she still has them at 5 wins on the year.
So Connor is just about to mention that. Sterling 2-3 in the last 5 as we take a look at both of the coaches here. On your left is Coach Erica Scott, or now on the screen, primarily Coach Erica Scott there for Paulsboro, and for Sterling, obviously, Coach Kate McDonald. Also, Ponce Tinkham in the huddle there with Coach McDonald. So as I was mentioning, Sterling 2-3 in their last 5. The last 3 matchups, though, they have a really, really tough schedule. Between the 3 teams, there was a 22-9 combined record, which was Haddonfield, Haddon Heights, and Bishop Eustis. So they definitely had a tough time going against those 3 teams. Kind of lost in a big way. But now, have to rebound here against a struggling Paulsboro team, which we mentioned 0-7 on the year, and has a good opportunity to give Sterling a big confidence boost with a big win. So Molly Hoffaker, freshman first start, getting ready for the jump ball here between Frazier and Johns, and we are off. Sterling looking for a quick basket in transition, and there's Paris Logan getting on the board early here for the Lady Knights, and early 2 points for her.
And that's big, Dan. Start the scoring off, and like I said, the basics, layups, and right off tip. Beautiful play there design.
So Scott now gets a screen. She looks inside looking for Johns. Johns looking underneath. Good defense here by Sterling as they get a quick takeaway. Jordan Frazier now moving. Gives it off to Kuhn. Kuhn looks for Hoffaker. Hoffaker back to Kuhn. Kuhn to Wilsey. Wilsey looking inside for Logan. Logan back out to Hoffaker. Her three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound here by Frazier. Wilsey now to Kuhn. Kuhn gonna fire from long distance. Off the front rim. Rebound there by Wilsey. Wilsey now for the floater off the backboard. Looking for the rebound here is Sterling. They hustle well. Kuhn now to the basket. Lays it in.
There was a lot of, right at the start of the play, pushing forward immediately and then using their time, getting the good rebounds when they needed to, having a lot more hustle. It's a good way to start off, getting yourself points, keep up those hustle plays as you can, remaining that stamina on the defense.
So Scott now working here against Paulsboro. Nice steal here from Sterling. Hoffaker to Wilsey. Wilsey for the floater. That one off the rim. Sterling searching for that rebound. Paulsboro is going to get there first, but Sterling still scoops it up.
And Dan, the biggest thing in games like this, when you're going against a team on the year, obviously Paulsboro is 0-7, but you just can't let up. You can't overlook an opponent at all because anything could happen on any given game. And so far, Sterling's came out and they've taken it aggressive.
So we're going to take a look at this first transition basket. Just a really nice pass from Wilsey to Logan. Logan lays it in. She hasn't had a problem laying it in this year. Max has 8 points per game and is really dominant inside the paint.
Yeah, whether it's on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, she will get you what you need done around the rim. All around really solid play from Paris Logan throughout this season.
So now Scott over to Kyra. Kyra now gets it stolen away from her by Logan. Sterling now moving once again in transition. Wilsey pumps the brakes, looking for Kuhn. Kuhn steps up, fires away. Just misses. Rebound here from Frazier. Frazier now. It's the jump ball awarded, and Sterling will get possession.
You see a much more aggressive Sterling on the offensive side of the ball today than we have in past games, as I was told. I wasn't here for the Heights game, but I heard it started very slow. So Sterling definitely coming out and trying to prioritize offense today against a struggling Paulsboro team.
Kuhn now firing away from 3 once again, just misses. Hoffaker with the rebound. Great job here from Sterling, good hustle. Looking underneath towards Logan. Logan with a nice move between 2 defenders, but just misses. Paulsboro getting the rebound here. Scott taking it up the court here for the Red Raiders. Still looking for the first point of this first quarter. Scott gets this one back. Has a screen set. She gets it over. This one goes back to Scott. This one's hit by Hoffaker. Hoffaker now moving in transition. Looking for the basket. Pumps the brakes over to Wilsey. Wilsey now for the layup, and that one goes in. Nice move there by Molly Hoffaker, putting on the brakes here in her first varsity start. Has herself an assist on the afternoon. So Scott now taking this one up. This one over to Takira. Takira back over to Scott. And a timeout called here by Paulsboro. We're going to take a look at the replay.
I mean, you see a really nice steal there. That's how you pickpocket, then a nice crossover pass, and a little bit of around the rim, but nonetheless, you get them to 6-0 and force a timeout before halfway through this first quarter. It's a lot of pressure on Paulsboro to try and make something happen after this brief stoppage. They got to really go over the strategy here.
And you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at Go Knights Sports. We'll have our athletic director, Ken Ciano, with all of his posts about the stuff happening around the castle in terms of Sterling Sports. Make sure you guys go follow us on X or Instagram at Go Knights Sports.
And back to what Max was talking about.
There is Ken Ciano. Doesn't have his clipboard ready, it seems. He's giving us the wave. We might have to cut back to the action here. We're going to get the question soon. It's been a little annual thing, and I mean, Connor, I think you were mentioning something before.
So I was just going to say, back to Molly Hoffaker on that play there, only as a freshman, the IQ there to go out for the layup and not go up with a defender in her face and pump the brakes a little bit, wait for her team to get down floor. That's a veteran move from the first-time starter tonight.
So these back-and-forth balls are being read really well by Sterling, and now Lexi Kuhn in transition pumps the brakes, going back to the three-point line where she's so dangerous. Over to Hoffaker. Hoffaker to Wilsey. Wilsey gonna fire for 3. That one doesn't go. Rebound here by Frazier. Frazier puts it back up, and that one goes back in. Jordan Frazier, great dominance in the paint from her. First 2 points of the night.
Uses the size advantage for sure. Her and Logan are very good at getting into the paint and using their height to the advantage, and they do it again just there on something we didn't really cover earlier in the game. A little bit of a shorter side in Paulsboro. Not much height on the squad in comparison to Sterling, who's pretty evenly distributed, in the height range.
So now moving up the court is Lexi Kuhn. Kuhn now with one defender, going to take it to the rim, hits off her foot, and it looks like that will be in favor of Paulsboro.
Take a look at the 3 attempt. It is another shot and then another good rebound. I mean, we had mentioned offensive and defensive rebounding has to be great, and on the offense, it definitely has been improved rebound, but the defensive side of things, it's been a lot more stealing, which, I mean, we tend to see go not in favor of Sterling, but already a good 4 or 5 steals in this first quarter.
Yeah, looking down at the Paulsboro stats here, their rebounds per game, I mean, they're pretty high. They have a couple girls who are up in the 20s and a couple girls, and they have 34 for a freshman. The rebound game for them, if they could just get that into some more offense, they could have a better season than what they're looking at so far.
So, Con, I'm going to cut you off here for a second. We're about to get our question. Who is the first foreign-born player to be selected first in the NBA draft? Yikes.
I think that just happened the past draft. Is it Zachary Rishashir?
I do not. I think it's an older guy there, Con. I'm
foreign-born. That was Wemby, too. Like,
what a terrible shot there.
Yeah, that was.
Not the latest.
He was the first from somewhere. I'll have to look it up, but he was definitely the first from somewhere to the Hawks this year.
So it looks like a double-triple called there. I'm going to go with... So someone I know that is foreign-born that you might not know there, Con. I'm going to go... So Klay Thompson's dad, Michael Thompson, was a foreign-born player. I'm going to see if I'm on with that one. I'm going to go him.
Now look, I don't know the history is in how far back, but I just have a fun fact. Kyrie Irving was born in Australia. So that's the guess I'm going to give, because that's all I really know here that's like interesting. Because I don't have much input like on the older people here that are out foreign-born.
So we're all wrong here. Ken Ciano's going to turn it over about to show us the answers, the action going on at the court here. Paulsboro going to put up a shot. That one goes off the rim. Looking for that rebound is Sterling and Paulsboro. Good aggression on the floor. Frazier comes up with it, looking for Kuhn. Kuhn keeps it in. Great job there by Frazier. Now moving up the court here is Lexi Kuhn. Kuhn now with some speed finds Wilsey. Wilsey back to Kuhn. Kuhn open for three. Looking to knock it down. That one doesn't go. Good rebound there by Frazier. Frazier tries to put it back up and doesn't go back down. It's a rebound here by Paulsboro.
Another great hustle play on the defensive side of things from Sterling. I thought it was pretty definitely going out of bounds there. It was a nice play to keep it in and get another offensive possession in your favor, getting there, because they've been getting a lot of good pressure, keeping the offense high-paced.
So a big shot there from Paulsboro. Burrow, excuse me.
The Mario Party, man.
Yeah. So now moving is Amber Wilsey. Gets it over to Kuhn, back to Wilsey. Hoffaker from three, looking for a big three-pointer, just misses. Good rebound there from Frazier. Back over to Hoffaker. Hoffaker once again misses from the three.
The good thing to see early on here is the freshman in our first start is not scared to take the chance at getting some points and helping her team out. Sometimes you see the freshmen a little more timid or the underclassmen a little more timid when they get out on the floor. She is looking to be aggressive right away and make a statement for Coach Kate McDonald tonight.
So this one goes over to Kyra. Over to Scott. Scott gets double team. Over back to Barr. Barr for the three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound there by Sterling. Wilsey now surveying down the court. Finds a streaming Hoffaker. Hoffaker pumps the brakes over to Kuhn. Kuhn for three. Just misses. Wilsey gets the rebound. Wilsey now trying for three. Just misses. Paulsboro looking for the rebound. They keep it in. Back to Wilsey. Wilsey now finds Hoffaker. Hoffaker firing away from three here are the Lady Knights. This one just misses. Frazier misses the rebound. She goes on the ground to scrap for it along with another Paulsboro player. Jump ball called and possession goes over to Paulsboro. It was Akeem Olajuwon. I think I went too niche with the answer. I think we just had to keep it a little more basic here on there.
I was so far this off there.
So thank you, Mr. Ciano, for our question.
I'm upset at myself. I'm very upset with myself there.
That was an easy one.
How do you think I feel?
Yeah, that's your ball knowledge sport right there, Con. I'm disappointed.
No, basketball is not.
Scott now finds Johns. Johns now over to Scott. Scott now cutting towards the basket, makes a nice attempt. Foul called.
Tell you what, Dan, you're talking about ball knowledge. Put a Broncos question up there. I guarantee 100 times out of 100 I'll get it right. Super Bowl champs next year, Denver Broncos. You can book it.
All right, Con, I'm about to kick you off this broadcast if you continue. So now Scott going to the line to shoot two with just under a minute, left here in the first quarter. Dasani Scott, 5 points per game, 26% from the charity stripe. Looking for the first point here for the Paulsboro Red Raiders. She misses her first. So Scott on the struggling Paulsboro team has been running the point a lot this year, or at least so far in this contest here for Paulsboro, one of their really true scorers. Misses her second as well. Sterling looking for the rebound. Nice moves here from Paulsboro. Breasia Johns fighting under the basket. And traveling violation called on Johns.
Dan, looking down at the Paulsboro here, their free throw percentage for the year, they have one girl's at 100 on free throws, 3 attempted. Everybody else is below 50%. That is not the recipe for a winning basketball team, and you can ask any coach.
So now Kuhn has it. Gets it over to Montatine. This one goes back right over to Kuhn. Kuhn now firing away from three, and she knocks it down! Lexi Kuhn searching for that hot hand. Hopefully she has it now. She nails her first three-pointer of the night, and Sterling takes an 11-0 lead.
Sterling's been trying beyond the arc constantly in the back half of this quarter, and they finally got one going. They need to get into a rhythm to that. They want to keep on expanding the lead from beyond the arc. They have the ability to do so.
So the pressure here from Sterling's defense has kind of held the Red Raiders to no points here so far. Red Raiders trying to get one off before the clock goes. Nice tip there from Sterling. Little time here for Logan. Logan's going to have to chuck one up with little time left, looking for the half quarter, and that one doesn't have enough to get it. So take a look at the replay here of Lexi Kuhn's three-pointer. Just absolutely beautiful. Missed a couple to start, but looks like she found her stroke, and that's going to take us to break. 11-0 to lead after one quarter. We'll be right back at you after this commercial break.
Hey, stop that, bully!
Are you begging for a knuckle sandwich, twerp?
Maybe I am.
Nice try, Twub. Please, Hamburger, please help me. He's bullying me.
You're right. I need to help you. I'm the anti-bully.
I can't be defeated.
Logan. Oh my God, thank you. Oh yes, King.
So getting back to action quickly here as the second quarter has started here between the Red Raiders and your Sterling Lady Knights. The Lady Knights with an 11-0 lead over Paulsboro to start. Now Paulsboro moving quickly in transition here. Johns looking for the passes. Scott broken up here by Amber Wilsey. Wilsey now going towards the hoop, looking for the and one, and she gets it down. What a play by Wilsey. And she's looking to complete the three-point play.
I mean, it's yet another steal from this Sterling defense, and it turns into more points. There's a slight foul there, contact on the wrist of Wilsey, and she makes it in to make it possibly a three-point play here.
So Wilsey now also struggles a little bit from the line here for the Lady Knights. 3 points per game here in her senior year, 25% from the charity stripe. Well, she knocks down the most important one. Wilsey now having herself a good afternoon so far with 5 points. So Scott now proceeding up the court here for the Red Raiders. Tipped here by Wilsey. Collected here, nevertheless, by Bagby. Gets it back over to Scott. Scott now looking for Johns. Johns collects it. Pressured here by Sterling. Nice pass over to Bagby. Bagby now looking underneath for Johns. A nice pass. Johns chucks one up. That one doesn't go. It'll go out of bounds and Sterling possession.
It's very important in games like this, Dan, is that these girls find their confidence out on the floor. Going into some harder matchups coming up, a couple more Colonial matchups, you're going to see Hadfield again, you're going to see Heights again. And if you can get some confidence off a game like this and a couple more like that, you could turn your season into a very nice season.
Wilsey now popping it from 3 and gets it off the rim. So Scott now going the other way here for the Red Raiders. Scott slows it down, gets it over to Johns. This one hits off of Montatine. Montatine on the floor along with Johns. It'll be a jump ball, but possession will stay with Paulsboro. So we will get an inbound pass here, courtesy of the Red Raiders. It looks like Briasia Johns will be the one to take it. Oh, no, excuse me. That'll be Brielle Johns. So the whistle blows. Oh, looks like there was a late substitution here. It looks like it's Sanaya Gibson coming into this matchup for Demaya Bagby. Looking for the inbound pass here to Scott, who backs up. Montatine in front of her. She looks a nice pass, gets it over to Gibson. Gets it back over to Scott. Scott over to Gibson. Gibson now over to Scott. A little give and go between these two girls here, as Gibson now has it once again. Kate McDonald zone applying some pressure here, doing a good job of setting these double teams against Paulsboro players who are having a tough time reading it. This one goes back over to Scott in the corner. Scott peels away from Kuhn, puts up a floater. That one looked like it was tipped on the way. Logan keeps it in, but gives it right back over to Johns. Johns now taking a shot, misses. Sterling searching for that rebound. Great job there from Paris Logan to get it. And now Lexi Kuhn moving up the court, looking for Amber Wilsey. Wilsey now putting up a floater. That one off the rim. Gets her own rebound. Wilsey once again misses again. Rebound Logan. Logan now chucks one up. Oh my goodness, 4 shots there from Sterling, and a foul finally gets called.
Very nice play there from Paris Logan, grabbing the rebound, and then as you can see here, she goes into contact and draws the foul for...
So Logan, one of Sterling's best free throw shooters, has attempted 34, made 30. That goes out to a 74% from the charity stripe. She misses her first.
Just having a very good season, averaging 8 points per game for the Lady Knights.
He has been a really dominant force within the paint, Connor. And I mean, distinct differences between her and the other, big points per game player, Lexi Kuhn. Lexi Kuhn gets a majority of the points from beyond the arc, whereas Paris Logan, we see a lot inside the paint, getting those really nitty-gritty, 2-point plays.
Yeah, Dan. Sterling's not a huge in-the-paint team. They're, like we've heard Coach McDonald say, they're a 3-point team. But for her to provide some stability inside the paint, that's very good for this Knights team.
So Logan now to shoot her second. She knocks it down. So Logan makes 1 of 2, which brings her up to 3 points in the afternoon. And then a substitution coming in here for the Red Raiders. Looks like Takira Barr is going to enter back into this matchup. So there is Takira Barr. And now Scott moving up the court here for the Paulsboro Red Raiders. A little encouragement from Coach McDonald on the side with a couple of claps. Scott now getting double teamed. She gets it over to Barr. Barr looking to take this one to the hoop. Foul called. That one's going to be called on Kylie Montatines. We're going to take a look at the replay.
And we see here to pass in to try and make something happen. And Montatine gets a little too close, I guess, and trips her up just a little bit. And you get an inbound pass.
So Barr once again looking for the inbound pass here. Nice movement here by the Red Raiders as this one goes out to Scott. Scott fakes the shot, moves into the paint, and gets a foul. Great job there from Dasani Scott to draw a foul. And that one looks like it'll be going on Jordan Frazier.
Well, we see after the inbound pass, gets around Lexi Kuhn, and there's just a little too much of a reach there from Jordan Frazier. Gives them another trip to the line.
So the senior taking her second trip to the line here for Paulsboro. Misses her first.
She's averaging tied for the lead most on the team with 5, but only shooting 26% from the free-throw line. Like I said earlier, Dan, that's just not going to cut it.
No. A team total of 15% from the free throw line, apart from the one girl shooting 100 for 3 attempts. She misses her second.
Coaches will tell you that the charity stripe can make or break a game.
So Scott 0 for 4 from the charity stripe, shooting that 26% of the season. Montatine now moving up the court. Very dynamic player for Sterling. Willsey gets this one over to Kuhn. Kuhn firing from long range. That one doesn't go. Montatine looking for the rebound, falls down. This one goes to Frazier. Frazier looking to get this one back in and does that successfully.
There's been a lot more effort and ambition on these offensive rebounds throughout this one. I feel like in other matchups we've seen, they've been not hesitant, but been kind of forced out of their own way in these rebounding areas. And now in this game, they've been able to kind of bully their way to a lot of rebounds, steals like this one. So just keep getting the ball back in their hands.
Willsey applying pressure here on Barr. Barr gets this one over to Scott. Scott back to Barr. Barr was thinking shot, doesn't shoot it. And a traveling violation gets called on Barr. Just take a look at the replay from the last basket. And I mean, Max, we've covered a couple of games together. I mean, a lot of games together this year. But Jordan Frazier has done a great job for this Lady Knights team. Someone who's new to this squad in terms of varsity, but has really made a name for herself this year.
Yeah, she has been very persistent in trying to make a name for herself on this team, and she's done very well. And she does another thing here where she puts in the effort to get these kinds of calls, these jump balls, and get these rebounds. She's very good also on the scoring side of things. She's just an all-around really solid addition to this Lady Knights basketball team.
And averaging 4 points per game, which may not seem a lot to you guys, but her role, especially inside the paint for Sterling, as Connor mentioned, a very 3-point shot dominant team, is very good. And there's Paris Logan. Shifty post moves, just missed the putback. And a foul called there on Molly Hoffaker.
Take a look back. And the shot that just goes a little over from Paris Logan, and then Hoffaker just kind of trips up a little bit, hitting her foot entangled with the leg of the Paulsboro player that went down. And it gives them another inbound pass and free rein to kind of let the play build at their pace now.
So Scott has it. Sterling up to 3 fouls as a team total, so just have to be a little bit careful for the rest of this quarter as we're just nearing halfway here through the second quarter. As now Scott moves this one over. Hoffaker pressuring. She gets this one over to Barr. Barr now surveying. Tries to go in and take a shot. Swat block there by Paris Logan. Now moving up the court. Here's Hoffaker. Hoffaker pumps the brakes over to Montatine, who can't handle it. So Montatine circles back. Montatine has Kuhn to her left. She's going to fire it from long range, and Kuhn's going to knock it down. Lexi Kuhn now up to 8 points of the afternoon. Have an afternoon, Lexi Kuhn.
And Dan, this is great to see. Sterling just absolutely dominating from behind the arc, and also Paris Logan inside. dominating for the Knights today.
And Connor, what you haven't seen these past couple of games is Sterling kind of gone cold from beyond the arc. I mean, a lot of three-pointers missed, especially from Lexi Kuhn, so it's important for her to get the hot hand started because she is so talented in that way.
Well, I mean, Paulsboro has just been kind of cold on the perimeter most of the season. They've made one three-pointer all year, which is, you know, kind of the counter to the zone defense that Sterling likes to run. So they've kind of found a team where they have to force them into the zone to make stuff happen. Just as you've seen throughout this game, it doesn't really work out in Paulsboro's favor.
Montetin looking for Logan. Logan cannot finish. She gets her own rebound. Logan now taking this one to the hoop once again and gets fouled on the way up. Looks like she will go to the line to shoot 2.
And now looking over at the Paulsboro side, Dan, in games like this, you would just like to see that first one go in, and you would hope there would be a streak of a couple more falling. Sometimes, like I heard it the other day on the broadcast, is there's a cover on the rim.
Yeah.
So once that cover is unlifted, maybe they find some confidence, start getting some of these younger guys involved, and start putting up some points today.
Logan now is going to shoot 2 at the line. Again, one of Sterling's most successful free throw shooters. She nails her first. And 2 substitutions coming here for the Lady Knights, Macy Fox and Michaela Carr. Now coming in here for the Lady Knights, subbing out Montetin and Lexi Kuhn. First time we've seen Carr and Macy Fox on the team this year, so good to see them in some action on TV. Excuse me. So Logan now nails her second. Super consistent from the free throw line, as we mentioned. A recipe for success, as Connor likes to say, for the team, as we are just approaching the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 2. Sterling up 22-0 over the Red Raiders. So Red Raiders looking for some spark here late in the second quarter. Barr finds Scott. Scott finds Bagby. Bagby back to Scott. Scott over to Bagby. Gets it back over to Scott. A little give and go between the two girls now. Barr and Bagby switch sides as now Barr has it. Gets it over to Scott. Scott getting pressured back up to the top of the key. Has to move around Hoffaker. Gets this one over to Barr. Barr gets pressured by KK Carr. She moves her way into the paint, takes a big shot. That one doesn't go. Rebound here from Paulsboro. This one gets back over to Bagby. Bagby now gets it out to the perimeter to Barr. Barr's going to take another shot. That one won't go. Fox fighting for the rebound. Jump ball called, and possession will stay here with Paulsboro.
And Dan, the only reason I bring up the foul shot so much is because recently I've been watching a lot of the boys basketball game. They've been in some close games. Some haven't gone their way, and that is because of the foul shots. For instance, the Haddonfield game on the road, I don't believe Haddonfield missed a foul shot.
I mean, Connor did want to mention, we just saw them walking out just a few moments ago from the gymnasium. They have a big game tonight.
Yeah, Dan, that's a must-win down in Haddon Township at 7. Colonial Conference matchup, and Haddonfield was in control of the the Liberty, but they dropped the game to Woodbury, so now it's anybody's conference. That's a must-win for Coach Barringer and the guys tonight.
Yeah, I remember sitting there with Mr. Schmidt, or Travis Schmidt, I guess I could say, and we're at the Flyers game, and we saw that, you know, Woodbury beat Haddon Township, and now it's really anyone's division now, and this is a big game for Sterling, a very winnable one as well. Yeah. They've had their struggles these past couple of games, but this is a game where they can kind of get back up on their feet.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough stretch for the guys, but I hope tonight they go down to Haddon Township, handle business, and
a little fun stat for everyone at home. If you guys have nothing to do on Thursday, the boys will be at home here, and it will be Amari Key's first game as a Sterling Knight this year. So it'll be a fun thing to watch. Make sure you guys come out and support. Hoffaker now shooting from 3. That one doesn't go. Rebound here by Barr. Barr getting pressured by Hoffaker. Looks like Hoffaker gave her a little too much of a shove with the forearm as we're just under 2 minutes to play.
And if you see after the shot, the rebound is grabbed, and it looked like it may be called for a blocking foul, trying to push her out of bounds maybe. That is something you cannot be doing. As Sterling, a lot of players, you know, kind of getting into some fouling, which isn't what you want to see. You want to kind of play a little conservative while you have such a large lead. Don't give them anything.
So now Red Raiders back in control here on offense. Just under 2 minutes to go as Barr's going to chuck up a pointer. That one goes off the rim. Sterling searching for that rebound. That one goes off of a Paulsboro player. And it will be Sterling possession.
And Dan, looking down at the girls' standings here, Haddon Township firmly in control at 8-1, but a win today could put the Knights at 6-5, and that would bump them right up with Haddon Heights, who's 6-3, playing a game today, I believe. And then Haddonfield at 7-3, so it still is anyone's division really early in the season, obviously. This could be a huge win for the Knights to bump them up towards the first in the conference.
Well, Con, I know you know, there's been a little bit of confidence issues when it comes to the Lady Knights, and I mean, a relatively young team, a lot of girls who really didn't touch varsity last year. Really, the only two who did were Paris Logan and Lexi Kuhn, and they're really running this team this year. But a lot of girls had to step up, and that's what a lot of girls are doing. And I think Coach Kate McDonald is really satisfied with the products being putting out on the court.
I was going to mention that in the pregame as well. I think I did a little start to go into it, but for Coach Kate McDonald to have a roster that is a lot of varsity inexperience, And to be sitting here at a 5-5 record, if the score holds 6-5 record for the Knights, that just pays dividends to what kind of coach we really have in Coach Kate McDonald here at Sterling.
And I think Coach McDonald definitely satisfied. I speak with her a lot outside of this, and she's very happy with just the confidence that the girls are playing with, not to back down from any competition, and something that's super encouraging for the program as the time goes on. There's a blocking foul there. Looks like that one was on Macy Fox, so that's her first foul, and Sterling is now in the danger zone in terms of the fouls, or in the extra, so Paulsboro will go to the line to shoot 2 for this one.
And even last year, Dan, going back to Coach Kate, she had a lot of injuries, a lot of sad senior injuries, devastating injuries to the team, and she still got the Lady Knights to 11 wins on the year and a playoff game.
Yeah, playoff game against Cinnamon, nevertheless, and that's a big one. So Scott now looking to get a point there for Paulsboro, and she does. So Scott finds the first one of the game for the Red Raiders. Makes her first free throw as well. So she's looking for her second to put Paulsboro back within a 20-point range here of the Lady Knights. Doesn't go. Rebound there by Frazier. Great job on the rebound. Frazier now progressing up the court just under a minute to go here in quarter number 2. Sterling up 22-1 against the Red Raiders. Carr now has it, finds Hoffaker. Carr shifts to the corner. She finds Macy Fox. Fox now moving into the paint. Going across the court here for KK Carr. KK Carr going to chuck up a three-pointer. That one does not catch the net. Rebound here from Paulsboro.
And now going into halftime here for Paulsboro, Dan, you got to think that Coach Scott is going to want to talk about limiting the threes from the outside and trying to contain Lexi Kuhn when she has the ball in her hand, but also playing good defense down in the paint when Paris Logan gets the ball in her hands.
Fox finds Carr, makes a nice move. That one doesn't go. Frazier looking for the rebound, but she can't get it. Now Paulsboro has possession. 20 seconds to go. Paulsboro has to move with some pace here. Barr now has it. Gets it back to Scott. 13 seconds read on the clock. Quarter number 2 coming to a close. Barr from 3. Doesn't go. Frazier looking for the rebound, but it looks like it tipped off her finger. So Paulsboro will have an inbound pass here with 5.5 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. The tall Jordan Frazier standing in front makes it a little hard to get a pass off that can benefit, but a good job by Paulsboro. 3 seconds remain. Barr's going to have to chuck up a shot. 2 seconds, 1 second. Barr needs to put a shot up, and not in time. So the score will remain the same as we're going to go to break. We'll be right back at you with some second half action. 22-1 the score after 2.
I need a quick puff of my vape right now. May I use the bathroom, please?
Yes, you may use the bathroom.
Yo, what happened to you? Wait. Man, screw that.
What happened to Doug?
Because he was vaping and thought it wouldn't hurt him at all. And remember, stay clean, breathe fresh air.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Where were you? You were supposed to meet me at my locker.
I had to get my books.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
Would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't join me for the fire escape! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
Dude, you should really take your hood down. I heard they're sending people to internal for an entire semester. Dude, that's just a rule. I'm taking my hood down. That's stupid.
Hey, you know the rules. No hood. And where's your ID? Get to class.
How many times do I have to tell you? Get the hoodie off. That's it, I've had it with this hoodie business. Down to the vice principal's office, now.
For over an hour now. I'll have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed.
What?
It's got you all excited. I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person, though.
You just met this girl yesterday, and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful. Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight.
What is
Bad decision. Not wearing a seatbelt while driving increases fatal injuries by 78%. Hitting the windshield without a seatbelt feels like getting knocked out by an Olympic heavyweight boxer. Four times. The initial impact of a car crash is multiplied without a seatbelt. It feels like being tackled by 3 defensive backs running at full speed.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Good choice. Buckle up. It's not worth being a statistic.
Why is everyone looking at me? Is there something on my face? Please stop looking at me. so dirty.
You're ugly.
You're so crusty.
You smell. You look ugly.
Everyone sees you.
That's why your shoes are raggedy.
You're alone.
I'm gonna fail you. You're never gonna get to college.
It's all in your head. It's all in your head. It's all in your head.
Hey Liz, what's up? Hey Maddie.
Why are you wearing Crocs?
They're so comfortable, you should really get a pair.
Maddie, take them off. They're so ugly.
Three days later.
Hi. Hey. You're wearing Crocs? You're wearing sneakers? I thought you said those were ugly.
Well, I guess they are kind of comfy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are back here getting ready for some second half action here between the Paulsboro Red Raiders and your Sterling Silver Knights, where Sterling holds a 21-point lead with the score being 22-1. As we take a look at the leading scores for both of these teams, oh, never mind. No more opening scores. So we are here, I mean, definitely just a disaster first half for that Paulsboro team, as we're going to take a quick look at some of Sterling's baskets, who shot 23% from the field, and they also shot 2 for 18 from the three-pointer. So not necessarily the best half from Sterling, but they did just enough on the rebounds and the free throws to, kind of carry them along here into the second half.
It was a hustle half, that's for sure. They were making a ton of good effort plays, getting shots where they could, obviously taking maybe some more beyond the perimeter than they should have, but they made good decisions. Like right there, they didn't force any shot there, they didn't try to go for a foul, they just made a nice pass, guaranteed the basket.
Now, Max, and I do agree with you that it was definitely a hustle half and maybe took a couple of shots that they didn't need to take. This is a great game for Sterling to try and find their rhythm. Find the rhythm in the offense. It's kind of been lost in transition within these past couple of games, and kind of a big game for the Sterling team as they're looking to take down the Paulsboro Red Raiders. As we're just getting ready for some second half action here between Sterling and Paulsboro. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm joined here by Max Zubak, and now on the mic, Patrick Peanut Carroll. Welcome to the broadcast, Pat. Yep. So now Scott moving up the court here for Paulsboro Red Raiders. Gets it off to Barr. Barr looking for a quick bucket, and a nice bucket there from Barr. Barr, quick bucket in transition for Paulsboro as they make their first field goal of the game.
I mean, it's much needed. They had to come out the gate swinging, and they do just that. They obviously with 1 point, and that was coming off of a free throw, I believe. How else would it come? They only made one free throw, had a 0% field goal percentage in that first half, and they've already improved it.
Kuhn firing away. Nice rebound there by Paulsboro. But that looks like it'll go back in possession to Sterling as it was bobbled on the way back down. So Sterling now with a 19-point lead over the Red Raiders. Red Raiders make an opening layup to enter into this second half. Hoffaker now with the throw in here for Sterling. She finds Wilsey as she goes long distance with that one. Wilsey back to Hoffaker. Hoffaker over to Wilsey. Wilsey now surveying the court. Gets it back over to Hoffaker. Hoffaker now firing away from three. That one goes off the rim. Rebound here from Frazier. Frazier now was battling there, but they call a jump ball, and it looks like it'll go in possession of Paulsboro. So good hustle there by the Red Raiders as now Scott is going to take it up the court here for Paulsboro. This one goes over to Brielle Johns. Johns now finds Scott. Scott now trying to work here against Hoffaker. Scrappy defender for the Sterling team as she put a lot of pressure there on Scott. Scott now once again working here against Hoffaker. A nice pass underneath, stolen away there by Lexi Kuhn. Kuhn now in transition. One girl to beat, trying to put up the layup, but she gets fouled on the way up.
I mean, we see here it's a really good play. Plays through two Paulsboro players there to get it. Makes a nice effort. And you see Dasani's there. Gets a little bit too much contact while she goes up. It's a nice drawn foul try and get some points, kick off the second half.
Now talk about consistent from the free throw line. Lexi Kuhn shooting 87%. Great job from the charity stripe. She knocks down her first. 9 points per game for her this year. She just reached point number 9 with that free throw. She nails her second. So 10 points for Lexi Kuhn this afternoon, having herself a much better afternoon today against the Red Raiders. And now Scott moving up the court, looking for Barr. Barr now working here against Wills. He does a good job getting into the paint. Nicely blocked there by Frazier. She gets the rebound as well. Frazier now finds Wilsey, who finds Hoffaker. Hoffaker back over to Wilsey. Wilsey to Kuhn. Kuhn now firing away. Misses. Rebound here from Scott. Scott now moving in transition, moving quickly. Pumps the brakes, looking for a pass. Good defense here by the Lady Knights as they try and tip that one. This one goes back over to Barr. Barr now looking for 3. Misses and rebounded by Kuhn. Kuhn now in transition once again, going towards the basket. Kuhn looking for a shot attempt. She gets fouled on the way up.
Well, you see all these foul attempts, or shot attempts getting fouled. This is the second one already in this third quarter. If you're Paulsboro, you do kind of have to be in that mentality this whole half of, try to stop scoring as you can. Don't let anything happen because the gap's already large as it is.
So Kuhn now from the charity stripe misses her first.
Good drive by Lexi Kuhn right there. Get the foul, get the charity strike.
We have had a couple of baseball boys on the broadcast here within Connor Warrington and Peanut Carroll here. And glad to have a couple of special guests. We've had a couple of special guests within the past 2 games. I mean, Jake Clark we had yesterday, former baseball boy. Now we had Connor Warrington just last half, and we have PC now giving us some nice intake. So now Frazier gets this one over to Kuhn. Kuhn now moving up the court. Kuhn, a nice pass over to Logan. Logan now trying to put one up, and she gets fouled on the way up. Take a look at the replay, and really nice pass here from Lexi Kuhn.
I mean, it's already, as you had said, it's a nice, pass, and they get to Paris Logan, who's very consistent in the paint, but that's already the 3rd foul for the Red Raiders, and they don't want to stay in the zone. They have to play very conservative now. You don't want to give your opponents the bonus this early into the quarter.
So the 3rd foul for Paulsboro. Looks like that one. So now Paris Logan here at the line to shoot her second. She missed her first. Looks like there's a violation there called on Paulsboro. So now Paris Logan will shoot once again after she missed her second. So a bit of a redo as she shoots her 3rd free throw technically, but actually her second. Logan now at the line. She makes it. So Logan up to 4 points on the day. Now Paulsboro back in transition. Scott finds Barr. Surveys, finds Scott in the corner. Good defense here by Paris Logan. Both girls go to the ground. Logan trying to rip it out as Scott looks like she touched out of bounds, so it looks like that one will go in favor of Sterling. Great hustle by the Lady Knights and Paris Logan.
And we see, he kind of has to yank the arm out from under the body of Dasani Scott there, and so she had to grab the hand for a little bit, but nonetheless she gets back up fine, and Sterling gets back into the plan. The offense that has been very high pressure against Paulsboro, which just play around the perimeter, around this 2-3 zone that Paulsboro also has alongside Sterling. Very similar on the defensive side of things. Just one's been doing it a little bit better than the other.
Logan now gets triple team, tries to put that shot up. That one doesn't go, and that one will go in favor of Paulsboro. So just under 5 minutes, or just under 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Myself, Dan Leakin, Max Zubak, the Peanut here in the broadcast booth. That's what I started laughing at. Thank you to our graphics guy, Johnny and Chuck, for making that adjustment. Looks like that one will go off of a Paulsboro player. So I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak, and there is Peanut, PC, Patty Cakes, whatever you like to call him, in the booth with us here for some second half action between Paulsboro and Sterling. Not too fond of those nicknames. I was told to call him that. So as Dean Collins shouts from the rafters, Peanut. So nice cross-court pass there from Hoffaker to Kuhn. Kuhn ripping a three-pointer. That one doesn't go. Rebound here from Scott. Scott now moving in transition, trying to get past Wilsey, and she does, but a nice play by Wilsey to collect it. And now Paris Logan going to the rack, trying to lay this one in, and she gets it down.
You want someone to... Whoopsies. My bad, Peanut. If you want to get someone to go to the rim and score, it's going to be Paris Logan.
It was good by Wilsey to get that breakout pass to Paris Logan for the easy layup.
Take a look at it from the basket cam, and Paris Logan does a good job of just taking care of business there. Nice layup for her. Is now double teaming the corner here, trying to rip it out is Molly Hoffaker, and smartly does as she gets possession, and a couple substitutions come in here for the Lady Knights. There is Coach Kate McDonald, and if she wins today, she will win 397 of her career. She will... Oh, excuse me, she will have 297. Just got my numbers mixed up there. So she will have win 297, 3 away from win 300. So a big milestone for Coach McDonald here, trying to get 397, or oh my goodness, 297 here against Paulsboro. Trying to get to that 300 mark by the end of the season. Montatine finds Wilsey, goes across the court to Lexi Kuhn, who is not afraid to fire it, and she knocks that one down. 14 points on the afternoon there for Lexi Kuhn. She's on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Good shot from Kuhn. Right at the three-point line.
So now double team in the corner. Montatine also helping out here. She finds Brielle Johns. This one goes back over to Barr. Barr finds Scott. Looks back over to Barr. Good ball movement here by the Red Raiders going against the Sterling zone defense. Who's giving her a little bit of trouble. This one off the hands of Johns. Now moving up the court is Montatine. Montatine now taking this one to the hoop. Just misses. Kuhn with the rebound, and she gets that one down. 16 points for Kuhn. She's racking them up here against Paulsboro, and Sterling takes a 30-point lead.
With 16, she has half of the points for Sterling here. And now on this 31-point advantage for the Sterling Knights. I mean, you see from the basket, a great drive Montatine. With a bit of a shot, she tries to force it, and Lexi Kuhn right there in the middle of the paint to put it up.
So a nice pass underneath. Paulsboro looking to take the shot. That one doesn't go. Rebound Johns. A nice steal there from Montatine, and a little bit of physicality brought by Takira Barr. So Sterling will get the foul as we take a look at the replay.
And we see the ball kind of arches a little too much there, and then goes for the pass. It's a good steal from Montatine, then a bit of a check by Paulsboro there.
So there is Kylie Montatine. Now, Max and I talked a little bit about her before. We're going to talk about her again. Started the year on JV for the Lady Knights, has kind of come into a varsity role. Hopefully a Kate McDonald point guard, maybe to try and spice up the offense a little bit. Does shoot it a lot from beyond the arc, a natural three-point shooter, as Lexi Kuhn now has it, ripping a three-pointer herself, just misses. Looks like a little uniform infraction there on Montatine. Looks like she had a bracelet on, and is now a timeout is taken here. Full timeout. And you can follow our athletic director at Go Night Sports. We will have all of his information about the Sterling sports happening around the castle on either X or Instagram. So make sure you guys go follow him again on X or Instagram at Go Nights Sports. And another trivia question brought to you by Ken Stiano. Which player won back-to-back NBA MVP awards in 2005 and 2006? PC.
That's a tough one.
Well, we got to think about NBA players who won the MVP award around that time. My first thought is Nash, but he only won one. Unless I am mistaken. Shaquille O'Neal won in the early 2000s.
I was going to say Tim Duncan.
Timmy D? You want Timmy D?
Do you want Timmy D?
That's a good guess, dude. I would rock with that Timmy D guess right there.
You want to go for it?
You can go for it. You lock in Tim Duncan. Max, do you have a guess?
Tim Duncan.
I mean, I'm thinking about it. I was thinking it's early. I'm trying to think about the era overall. I don't think that was a little bit before Dirk's major years. So it was 2011 where he got his ring. I'm not 100% sure on this one.
I'm going to go try for Shaquille. Oh, wait. Was it Timmy D? Steve Nash. That was the first thing I said. Let me tell you, by the way, Steve Nash, fraudulent MVP awards. That's just my opinion. But nevertheless, that was my first guess. I technically said Steve Nash. I get the point from Rob Strauss, who confirms it. Does the bow and arrow over there as we're going to get back to the action here with Paulsboro against throw. Shot blocked there by Paris Logan. Logan now peeling away, but a foul called there on Barr. Paris Logan SWAT team stand up as we're going to take a look at that replay.
I mean, we see here, Barr goes for a shot beyond the perimeter. Paris with a nice block and then a bit of a shove there. She's gotten herself into some foul trouble, Barr.
Looks like that foul came on Paris Logan there, so.
I lied.
Still a nice play, nevertheless, there. So under 2 minutes to play here between these two teams. A nice tip there by Aaliyah Smith. Now moving up the court is Wilsey, finds Mott's team looking for some points. A nice block there by Barr. Barr SWAT team's on the other side as we're going to take a look at that replay.
We take a look. It's another great steal, this time from Wilsey and Montadine. It's all contact on the shooting hand there. But still, they'll just get an inbound to work with here.
Now Lexi Kuhn going to fire away from three. That one goes off the front of the rim. Paulsboro searching for the rebound. Smith does a good job of hustling over. It looked like that one hit off of Smith to go out of bounds.
Looked like maybe Smith tried to make an attempt to bounce it off of the foot of Barr there.
Oh wait, no, I think she got the possession. Oh. Looks like they changed it, because I was pretty sure at first they said. So a foul called there as we're going to take a look at the replay. It was a nice inbound pass over to Logan. We try to use her force to try and get a shot down. That one didn't go, so Logan will go to the line to shoot two once again. Logan has 6 points on the afternoon, having herself quite a good game here against the Paulsboro Red Raiders. She nails her first. So a very fun little basketball game here on this Tuesday afternoon. Thank you all for tuning in here. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak and Peanut here in the broadcast booth. Our next TV game will be this Friday. It'll be boys wrestling. Yeah, you got a nickname for me there, Pat?
Danny Leeds? I'm not sure. I gotta come up with a new one.
It's a pretty bad attempt right there, Peanut.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't lie. So now Motzstein gets this one up to Wilsey. Wilsey now looking for the layup, and a nice little touch there from Wilsey. Gets that one in. She has 7 on the afternoon, having herself quite a good night. As I mentioned, their next TV game will be this Friday, wrestling Gateway versus Sterling. It'll be myself and Jake Clark on the call once again. So we'll take a look at the replay.
Good layup by Wilsey right here. Just taking it down. Contact with the defender and puts it in.
And definitely just a nice touch from Wilsey as well. I mean, put just the right amount of loft on that ball.
The thing with Sterling throughout this game is when they're in the paint, they have had zero fear. Throughout this one, they've just been able to constantly make that contact, whether before a foul or just to get a good shot off.
So a nice shot there by Johns. Doesn't have enough on it, so Kuhn will get the rebound. Kuhn now taking this one up the court. Kuhn running the offense here. He's going to pump the brakes. This one over to Wilsey. Wilsey going to fire up a three. That one doesn't go. Rebound by Logan. Logan now goes up once again. Gets her shot blocked. Rebound there by Paulsboro. The jump ball called. Take a look at the replay.
I mean, Logan does initially seem to wrestle it away, but then they go for it again, and that's where it's called in Paulsboro's favor.
Logan having herself a pretty good day. I mean, 6 points on the afternoon. A lot of Lady Knights having a good day. Wilsey with 7. Kuhn obviously with the 16-point game. Frazier has 4. Now Montati moving up the court. Has Wilsey with her. She's going to get it over to Wilsey. Wilsey now for the layup, and she nails it. So 9 points now for Wilsey. Time ticking down, 7 seconds remain. Quarter number 3. As you take a look at the replay.
I mean, it's a nice move by Montatine to get some open space. A little bit of an early pass to Wilsey, and then another 2 points added on to the full total for Sterling as we head to the fourth quarter.
So you guys didn't miss much. Missed that replay as we're going to cut to break for just a moment. We'll be right back at you with some fourth quarter action here between Sterling and Paulsboro. 39-3 the score. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we're getting ready for some fourth quarter action here between Paulsboro and Sterling. I mean, the crowd's still getting active. Here, there's two little girls, doing her little cheer routine, and I mean, glad to bring you guys this Tuesday basketball stream here between Sterling and Paulsboro. As we're just getting ready for some fourth quarter action here between these two teams, and Sterling, just pure dominance so far right here, Max.
I mean, it has been exactly what you said, pure dominance. I mean, 36 points in their favor for Sterling, a 16-point game for Lexi Kuhn. I mean, it's been really tough to look at how Paulsboro has played and kind of find a lot of positives. The one positive I can see is a lot of determination throughout. They've still been putting in a lot of effort to try and make something happen with what they've got throughout this game.
So KK Carr has it, looking across the court here to Macy Fox. Fox is going to rip a three, just misses. Good shot selection by her. But now Paulsboro moving up the court here. Looks like a foul called there on Molly Hoffaker as we're going to take a look at the replay.
When we look once again here, Hoffaker is very good at adding pressure, but the one thing with getting pressure is you don't want to press a little too much. And that's what she's done a couple of times throughout this one, is pressing that little bit too much that gets a foul called on her.
A nice shot block there by Jordan Frazier, standing big in the paint there. Is now Frazier looking to run this offense.
Sterling's been very physical in the paint, getting rebounds, and then look to get the ball out wide and shoot that perimeter three.
That pass telegraphed there. A nice play here by Barr. Barr now taking this one to the rim. A nice defensive play by Macy Fox, but she gets called on the foul, and Barr will go to shoot two.
This is another instance of trying to get some nice pressure on the defense of Sterling, and then yet again, it's doing a little too much, and they give Barr a couple of shots here that could cut down the lead just a little bit. Ever so slightly try to chip away in this last quarter.
So Takira Barr now to shoot two. Nails her first. So Takira Barr opened the scoring in that third quarter, is now opening the scoring here in the fourth with her first free throw made. And she makes her second. Banks open here for Takira Barr. Is now Hoffaker moving up the court, trying to telegraph a pass there to KK Carr. Well read there by Barr once again. And that one goes out, so it'll be a throw in here for Sterling. There is Coach Kate. Could capture a win, 297 here against Paulsboro. 3 more wins, and she will have the 300 win mark, which is just so amazing for Coach Kate McDonald. One of the most successful coaches in her position, probably in the entire Colonial Conference, if not all of South Jersey. Hoffaker now has it, looking for KK Carr. Carr finds Fox. Fox now does a good job getting in a good position. Fox finds Carr. Carr over to Hoffaker. Hoffaker ripping a three-pointer, just misses. Frazier gets the rebound. Looking for Fox. Fox now does a good job making a stutter step move, finds Carr. Carr, Hoffaker. Hoffaker launching once again, just misses. Frazier search for the rebound, tipped off her hands. Now moving in transition here is Scott. Scott taking this one to the rim, just misses. Good rebound there by Frazier. Looks like a travel violation called there on Frazier, so it'll go back in Paulsboro possession. Let's take a look at the replay.
Well, if you take a look there, it seems like as she's trying to wrestle away the ball, she walks, which is something you can't afford to do. And then it's another thing you can't afford to do is have the ball go out, and you're trying to, amount back some points, which is exactly what Paulsboro does here. Sterling gets the ball back nonetheless.
So Sterling now with a 34-point lead here over Paulsboro. This looked like a timeout called here by Paulsboro, so 30-second timeout taken by the Red Raiders. So our next TV game will be Friday, January 17th. It'll be wrestling. They will be going against Gateway/Woodbury, and they will be taking on, obviously, your Sterling Silver Knights. That'll be live on Channel 19 and live on YouTube.com/SterlingTV19. You can find us on Facebook at Sterling Channel 19. We'll have live updates of all the broadcast stuff you guys need to know, all the stuff happening around the castle, and just some stuff that you guys generally need to know about our channels. Make sure you guys go follow us on Facebook at Sterling TV. Fun little Tuesday broadcast. It started a little earlier than we thought. Normally we have our Tuesday broadcast starting at 5:30. This one started at around, I'd say, 4:15. A little bit of relief for me, in my opinion. I like these earlier broadcasts. So now KK Carr moving up the court here for Sterling. pumps the brakes, finds Fox. Fox back over to Carr. Carr gets her pass tipped there. Nice read there by Bagby. She was looking for Hoffaker. You know, actually, we would have been getting ready for this game. We probably would have been in the intro right now if this game would have started at 5:30 there, Max.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a routine I was used to and then got switched on us a day or so ago. I'm not complaining. I mean, it gets me some more time to kind of, I don't know, recollect myself after a game.
Yeah.
A lot happens after each one of these broadcasts we do.
Oh, a little two-day break here for Sterling TV 19. Then we will go straight to wrestling, and we'll take the weekend off. And that pass telegraphed right there by Scott. Scott now moving up the court, kind of trips over her own feet. Frazier gets the ball, and a nice play there by Frazier. It looked like there will be a foul there on Scott as we take a look at the replay.
And we see the bit goes through her own legs, and she tries to fight a little too much, tries to hook around the arm of Frazier, and that may have been a little too much contact for these refs.
As I mentioned, yeah, we're going to take the weekend off. A little Go Birds from Kay in the truck. Big Eagles game this weekend against the Los Angeles Rams, who fellow Channel 19 worker Matt Schrader is a big fan of. The Montatine 3-ball, that one just a little bit too much on it. So that'll be a fun game, and then we'll pick up steam right back where we left off next week in Sterling Channel 19. Our next game after the weekend break will be Tuesday. It'll be boys basketball against West Deptford. I'm very excited for. We haven't covered the boys in a little bit of time because they've had a little Western strip, and they've struggled just a little bit, but looking to pick up steam tonight against Haddon Township.
Yeah, all those couple of games that they've lost haven't been super large margins.
Nope.
They've been within 10 points at the maximum.
Yeah, so Haddonfield was 8. Haddon Heights was 4. Looked like a foul called there on Sterling. So 2 shots awarded here to Scott, who's made 1 of 5 so far in this one. And yeah, and Max, you hit the nail on the head right there. Not many of them have been in large margins, and not a lot of their wins have been in large margins either. The one that we did cover was Woodbury, and that one was within a point.
Yeah.
Or 2 points, excuse me.
It was in a basket nonetheless.
Yeah.
It was saved from going into overtime by one of the cleanest blocks I've seen under pressure.
Yeah, Big Schmid. The Goon to the Big Schmid. Looking to have a big game tonight against Haddon Township. Definitely a big one for the boys. They got to get back on track.
They'll be without their starting point guard tonight. Jason out sick, I think.
Wow. Good job there. Yeah, you just broke a story. I actually had no clue about that. That's normally Johnny's job. Is now Montatine ripping a three-pointer. Doesn't go. She wanted that one to drop. And what Mr. K said was Peanut Schefter right there. Normally that's Johnny Orlito in the truck, but he didn't say that. That's a nice shot block there by Taylor Frazier. A little bit of a carry there by Aaliyah Smith, so this one will go back in favor of Paulsboro. 32-point lead here for the Lady Knights here in quarter number 4. Substitution, or excuse me, I'd say the bench subs are in here for the Lady Knights. So they do have a large margin here over Paulsboro. So I would assume Kuhn and Logan's Knights are finished. Barr now with a nice little mid-range pull-up. Barr has 6 on the afternoon. Montatine now progressing up the court. 30-point lead here for the Lady Knights as Montatine pumps the brakes. Gets it over to Carr, who finds Fox. Fox now in the corner, ripping a three-pointer. That one goes off the rim. Rebound by Frazier. Frazier now going up for the basket, and she gets it.
Good aggressive play from Frazier in the paint, getting the rebound. She's got a ton tonight and getting the putback points there.
Yeah, Frazier with 6 points on the night, and as Pat mentioned, a ton of rebounds. So that's a nice pass inside the paint. Read well there by Frazier. Frazier now looking for KK Carr, who has an outlet. KK Carr going towards the net and nails it. Those might be her first 2 points of the year. I'm going to double check as we speak. KK Carr with 2 points on the afternoon.
Good breakout pass to KK. Get her easy too.
That might get a post-game show for KK Carr, as we will definitely be interviewing some of the girls. That is her first 2 points of the year. Definitely a couple of girls ready to interview here in Sterling Channel 19. Ready to interview Molly Hoffaker, who made her first varsity start tonight for Sterling. KK Carr will be on, and your usual suspects as well. And here is her basket. First 2 points of the varsity season here for KK Carr. So 3:30 on the clock here in quarter number 4. It's Paulsboro versus Sterling winding down here, Sterling with a big lead. Smith now taking a mid-range jumper. That one doesn't go. Rebound here by Frazier. Frazier now putting this one back up. That one doesn't go. Frazier gets the rebound once again. Frazier now fighting within the paint. She gets this one out to KK Carr. KK Carr for another three-pointer. Doesn't go. Rebound here by Smith. Smith now putting up a shot, and she gets fouled on the way up. Rebound after rebound after rebound, and Sterling has done a really good job on the boards tonight.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about with the hustle and the efficiency on the rebounding. I mean, we had mentioned that the key points of this game were to make sure that rebounds are coming on both sides of the ball. And on the defensive side of things, they haven't had to rebound like as much as they had to rebound more this half than they did in the first half. A lot of the first half was steal after steal after steal, not letting it so a rebound was in the question. And then the offensive side, complete opposite. I don't think they turned the ball over once in that first half, Sterling, and they got a lot of points and a lot of good offensive rebounds out of it, just being able to hustle a ton. Really good overall game from them.
So Smith gets her first point of the night, as my pen just broke. Fight on the ground, which causes a jump ball, which is in favor of Sterling.
There's Frazier again, just getting on the floor, trying to get the ball and, you know, just tie it up.
Yeah, and I think especially in this point of the game, Pat, it's impressive that she's putting, you know, that effort in. And I mean, that's something that she always does, which is super commendable there for Jordan Frazier.
Yeah, she's just one of the more aggressive players as I've watched throughout the season. Just
steal away there from Macy Fox as she gets fouled there by Bagby.
When we see this stage of events, Macy Fox get in on it, and then it's just a bit of trying to be a bit of a battering ram. You just can't do that when you're trying to get the ball back.
So the win today would be 297. Keep messing that one up. Excuse me, guys. A little tired here, but we're going to pull through. KK Carr looking to thought shoot, but is going to decide pass. She finds Fox in the corner. Fox now going to release a three-pointer. That one goes off the back rim. Rebound here by Paulsboro. Paulsboro now chugging up the court. Scott taking this one. Montantine with great defense there. A nice steal there by the Lady Knights. Smith is going to restart the offense here. Gets this one off to Montantine. 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Sterling looking for a couple more scores here. This one goes back over to KK Carr. KK Carr going to fire up a three. That one doesn't go. Rebound there by Paulsboro. Scott now taking this one to the outside. Good defense here by Sterling. They're looking for the steal. Foul called.
When we look at what could have caused this here, bit of too much on the attempt to get the ball back from Jordan Frazier there.
It's now going to be an inbound pass here for the Paulsboro Red Raiders. John has it. Looks towards Scott. He finds Bagby. Bagby looking from long range. He finds Scott. Scott now going into the lane. Puts up a nice floater and gets that one down. Scott, who's been relatively quiet tonight, gets 3 points with a nice floater.
They get Paulsboro to double-digit points for the first time here tonight.
So the Lady Knights now going across the court. Macy Fox going to fire up a three. That one doesn't go. Rebound here by Smith, who finds KK Carr. KK Carr now firing up a three. That one doesn't go. Rebound here by Paulsboro. Smith fighting for the ball. Does a good job with the aggression. Finds KK Carr. KK Carr once again for a three-pointer. Doesn't go. Rebound by Smith. This one out to Fox, who's looking for a two-pointer. That one doesn't go. Rebound by Paulsboro. My goodness, all that in one breath.
They're playing catch with the rim. And if we see here, this is from the last time around that got him there. It was a nice layup in. The bank was open to get him to 11 points in the day.
1 minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Sterling is entering foul trouble.
You sound like you just ran like 5 miles.
Yeah, three-pointers left and right here. Why the Lady Knights' this time is running out.
We're starting to go 18 points there.
So Bagby now going to the charity stripe to shoot two. Makes her first. Sophomore, 5 points per game, 30% from the charity stripe for Paulsboro. As Paulsboro gets to their 12th point. Bagme misses her second. So now KK Carr with the inbound pass here. 1:09 to go here in quarter number 4. Montatine has it. Montatine slowing down the offense, gets this one over to KK Carr, who finds her in the corner. Montatine gonna rip it from long range. Montatine just misses. Frazier keeps this one in, but that one is determined to be Paulsboro ball. So now Scott has it. 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 4. Sterling will take this lead. They will move up to 6-5, as Connor Warrington said. With the win, they would move up and be back in contention to get up top of the division. And now KK Carr moving up the court, moving with a lot of speed, slows down, going to put up a layup, makes a nice little pump fake move, and she gets it in! KK Carr with the pump fake in the 2.
Good move by KK to hit the pump fake and then put it right back up to get the easy 2.
And Paulsboro will go down to 0-8. Sterling will lead the series 18-1 since 2007. And there is KK Carr chugging along. Nice little pump fake there by KK Carr to get herself another 2 points. And as I mentioned, Sterling will lead the series 18-1. Paulsboro, again, last win coming in 2007. Sterling has now won 17 in a row after the win tonight. So the Lady Knights, a pretty tough schedule coming up. They have 4 straight away games before they come back home to face Woodbury. They have Haddon Township, Holy Cross Prep, West Deptford, and Gloucester coming up. Those are their next 4 matchups. Haddon Township will be on the 16th. That will be played at 5:30 p.m. at Haddon Township once again. Montatine misses her 3-pointer as the time ticking down here at the end of the 4th quarter. 2 seconds remain, 1 second remain. They're trying to put up a shot. That one doesn't go, and that will be the game. 46-13, the Lady Knights have beaten the Paulsboro Red Raiders. Coach Kate McDonald gets win 297, as we're going to be right back at you with the postgame interviews.
Do you want these? You definitely want these, right? I really think you want these cookies.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
No. No. No.
Hey man, where you going? Yo, what the heck, bro? What the heck? Yo, man, chill, chill. Yo, bro, chill. You okay, dude?
Yeah, I'll be alright. I don't know why I did that.
Sorry for pushing you around, man. That was really messed up.
It's alright, bro. Just don't do it again.
Guys, put your IDs on. Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
No.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brayden, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker.
No, I'm good.
Stop. You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh?
Yeah.
Look at this door. He can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as Sterling takes a 46-13 win over the Paulsboro Red Raiders. And I'm here with senior leader KK Carr. Now, KK Carr, you know, the lady night of the game. I mean, how do you feel after a fun game today against Paulsboro?
I feel great. It wasn't a tough game, but it was easy, and we played our best.
And now, I mean, you've been a senior leader on this team for a couple of years now. You're witnessing kind of a struggle season for the Lady Knights, and for some of the girls on the team, how does it feel? How do you think it feels for them to get back on track? I mean, against a Paulsboro team that was a little short on talent this year.
I think it feels good. I think it helps us a lot, like just to be like more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just to like bring like the energy up and like actually like know we can do things and like, yeah.
Now, KK, speaking of like the energy and just bringing up the vibes, I mean, if you care to tell us, I mean, how do you think the morale has been on the team this year? Like, how have you felt with this group of girls and the special group that you guys have this year?
I think it's been good. We've definitely like gotten like better as a team and like trusted each other more on the court and really built that team chemistry. And I think these like easy wins help us a lot with it.
Thank you for coming on, KK. Congratulations. So next, I'm gonna have Molly Hoffaker or Amber, whichever one wants to come up first. Molly can come up. Molly, welcome. So you have a pretty, interesting story. I mean, you kind of stepped into a big role in soccer. You stepped into a big role here in basketball. What has really made you, cut out for these big situations?
Well, I think a lot of it is just like working hard all the time and like always giving all your effort, because effort beats talent every time. So.
I mean, you're pretty talented, I must say. And I mean, Molly, coming into today, figuring out that you'd be a starter, I mean, how did you feel? Freshman year into this basketball program that is so historic, how did you feel, stepping on and being like, this is me, this is my time now?
Well, I knew like my teammates would have my back, so I wasn't like that worried about it, but my plan to go out there and like play hard and like just prove why I should be out there.
And I mean, minus with the absence of Maddie Sims, I think you guys did a phenomenal job. And I mean, how does it feel to just get a big team win over Paulsboro?
Well, it feels great, especially like not winning our past few games, so it feels good to be back like winning again.
And I mean, you guys definitely have a little bit of a tough road ahead. I mean, what are you guys looking to do to try and keep this consistently and try and work together to bring you guys some more wins?
Well, like go out, practice tomorrow, and like play as if like we didn't get this win, and we're still striving to get that win for our next game.
Awesome, great job, Molly. Thank you for coming on. Congratulations. Next, I'll have Amber. Now, Amber, you got yourself a pretty high-scoring game today. I mean, shots were falling for you today. I mean, how did that feel to, get this team win for your girls and for you?
Yeah, it felt really good. We just had to stay focused in the second half and keep working.
Now, I mean, Amber, very tough road these past couple of games between the past three teams. 22-9 combined record for all those three. And to come out here against Paulsboro, get the work done, and try to move on. I mean, what do you guys think you guys are going to do to prepare for these next couple of games? And, I mean, how do you feel thinking about that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard our next few weeks, but we just got to stay focused. And this was a pretty good game to get ready for.
And with the absence of Maddie Sims in the lineup, it looked like you guys still didn't lose a beat. And I mean, how did that feel? Minus one part of the family, you guys still kept the the tradition going.
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, Maddie, she's a big player, but Molly also subs in, so it still felt pretty much the same.
And as a senior leader, I mean, watching Molly, step on that court, be that leader that she needs to be. How did that feel watching her, kind of do her thing out there?
Yeah, it felt good. I love watching all the younger people play. It feels really good to watch them, and yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Amber. Congratulations. And then last but certainly not least, I'm going to have Lexi Kuhn. Lexi Kuhn, big game for you. 16 points. How'd that feel for you to, kind of get your stride back?
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, the past week has been tough for us, so to get a win like this and everyone played well, it's great for us.
Now, I mean, you yourself have struggled just a little bit these past couple of games, and to try, finally find that shot a little bit, find your stroke. How does that feel? Giving you the confidence to, kind of go on to these next couple of games, knowing you kind of got that back.
Yeah, so like I said, it's been tough, but just keep shooting, and everyone has difficulties, so just getting through it and sticking together is going to be big for us.
Now, yeah, I mean, to mention that, I mean, your next couple of games is going to be a little bit of a bumpy road, and I mean, how do you feel? What are your thoughts going into that, thinking about those next couple of games?
I think we just have to take it one game at a time and just take it one possession at a time, and I think we'll be fine. Our coaches do a great job at preparing us, watching film and in practices and stuff like that, so I think we'll be fine just staying together.
And I mean, talk about, if you can, the dynamic duo between you and Paris Logan this year. You guys kind of have similar or different play styles. She does a lot in the paint. You do a lot in the three-point, but you guys are so coherent together. I mean, if you can tell us, how does that feel, to have that counterpart with Paris?
I always know where Paris is on the court, and I think she feels the same about me. I talk to Paris a lot off the court, so I think just having that chemistry back and forth helps us a lot, knowing where each other are on the court.
Thank you for coming on, Lexi. Congratulations. Thank you. Last, certainly not least, it's going to be Coach Kate McDonald. The right. So, Coach Kate, a big win over Paulsboro. You and I talk, and you talk with my mom as well. Hello, Mom Elise, about how the past three games were definitely going to be bumpy. You guys kind of saw that coming through. How does it feel to get a good bounce back win here against Paulsboro?
It's good for the girls to get that win. And sometimes when you play a team that you think is down, it's easy to not be prepared, and we really focused yesterday on making sure we were sharp and making sure we were prepared, so today went the way it did.
If you can, clue us in on some of your decision to start Molly today. A freshman, not a lot of experience, and what did you see from her, that kind of gave you that confidence to put her out on the court today?
Well, Maddie Sims is homesick today, and it was pretty much a unanimous decision among the court. Molly, 99% of the time, is the hardest worker on the court. And she just works so hard, and she shows up for everything. And we just felt because of her hard work, she deserved a nod today.
I think it worked out pretty well for you guys. And to mention your guys', I mentioned it, a couple of the girls mentioned it to you. You guys' next couple of games, definitely still a bumpy road. I mean, the work still is not done. I mean, what are some of your thoughts going into those next couple of games, trying to work with these girls and, get them up to speed against some of these different teams?
Well, we're seeing a really good team on Thursday in Haddon Township. That's going to be a tough game. We'll prepare. And we keep telling them just to look at the big picture, and the goal is to get prepared for the playoffs. So we might take some lumps here and there, but all those games are going to get us ready for, hopefully get a home game and hopefully sneak in a playoff win.
And even after, all these, the couple of losses in a row, the girls still seem like they're having fun, haven't lost a beat. I mean, talk about the morale, with the team. I mean, it seems like you guys are really just feeling good.
Yeah, no, they, like you said, we don't miss a beat. It stinks losing the games and things like that, but we always talk about, life choices, and either you quit or you move forward. So through the tough times, you have to keep on moving forward, and then in the good times, you take a breather and celebrate a little bit.
Congratulations, Coach Kate. Thank you very much. So that'll do it here on Sterling TV Night Scene. I'm going to make this one quick, as I'm going to go back to Max Zubak in the booth.
Appreciate it, Danny. Just a quick reminder that this Friday is wrestling against Gateway or Woodbury at 6 p.m. If you want to watch that stream, it'll be here on YouTube or live on Channel 19 this Friday. I'm coming back to you. Back to me. Excuse me. That is my bad. Well, thank you once again for tuning in to this one. It was a really good one, really fun one for us to call. Danny will be back with Jay Clark on Friday. I will not be here. I'll be on vacation, but nonetheless, I'll be over on the West Coast saying, Go Knights.